XRP fans, I told you. I wanted to come back to you tonight. Today's November 3rd. We had one hell of a sell-off today, and I want to show you a couple things. This will be a short video, XRP only. Um, it's it's very sad because I get a lot of comments. I can't tell you the number of people being scared out of their mind, liquidating positions, literally weeks away from probably one of the biggest moments in XRP history. Billions of expected inflows with ETFs coming. Cross-border payments, hidden road acquisitions, Ondo tokenization partnerships, cross-border payments, AWS news, Dubai news, Europe news. Just think real hard right now. Who is selling? Who is buying? Don't be the 1% sheep listening to all your little friends, getting scared, telling you that you know nothing. I try to bring you relevant information by identifying these zones. I've been doing this for a very long time. So I built the system over 2 to 3 years to identify these opportunity zones. System signals, interpretations, my trade actions are not financial advice, informational, educational only. But they seem to be very accurate. And you can try to prove me wrong. But I want to show you something on XRP tonight, and we'll let you roll. The pain, there's hope. I'll say there's hope for those that are getting crushed at the moment. Um, and don't forget, I never sell the XRP ever. I'll only add to the bags when these opportunities present themselves. But this is the leverage liquidation heat map on a 3-month view. Okay. And then I'm going to show you a couple of these views, and then we're going to look at the chart again, just so you can kind of see my zones and what I'm thinking and what my system is telling me again. And since we're so close to ETFs, we'll probably be doing XRP updates, probably not every day, but probably every other day. But here we go on the 3-month view. You can see they literally took it all out on the 3-month view. There's some very, I mean, if you look close enough, I don't even know if you can see it. It's the lightest amount of leverage. So, they could wipe it out if they want to, but they basically already did it. But look up here. Bright green is high leverage. And as we always say, prices tend to navigate where there's high amounts of liquidity, right? That is 342. Just remember that, 342, upwards of 372. It's a big range, 30 cents, but 342 to 372. Remember that that's on the 3-month. Let's take it down to the 1-month. And this is where it kind of gets interesting. So look at this. They took out some of that leverage, right? They didn't take it all out, or at least not yet. This one shows it could go down the lightest, just the slightest amount of leverage down here, about 188. So, I mean, that could be a nice little drop there. But they took out the high amounts, pretty much all of it. But look at here again, 308. Even on the monthly, we're over $3. Okay. Let's go down to the 2-week, and I don't usually go below 2 weeks because I just don't care. Because I'm in XRP for the long term. So here you go again. You can see they took out the leverage. We got a little bit right here around the 225 mark, and then I've been telling some of my close friends 225. That's what I was calling for, based on the leverage zones. And you can see it was pretty much right at it today. So I mean, could it do a double dip and hit it again? It could. But again, 272 on this view, upwards of 290. So there's some key levels there I wanted to show you. Now I'm going to scale this down. Let me make sure you can see this. Yeah, you got this. So again, for those new, we've got a lot of subscribers in the last few days. This is the TCP Super system. I built the system. This is all original content. It's not MACD, RSI garbage. This is a system that I built over 2 to 3 years through painful trades to make sure I don't ever get burned again. And again, it's based on 3 components: standard deviation, mean reversion, data, metrics at the top. Main indicator in the middle, this is where you're going to see trend reversals in our favorite indicator, which is our diamonds. There's 3 levels of diamonds: lightest shade to the darkest shade on top and bottom, red on the top, green on the bottom, of course. And then hot sensors at the bottom. So here's XRP on the daily. On the right is the weekly. And again, you can see, I'm going to try to zoom in here. Let me zoom out just a little bit so you can see this. Hopefully you can see this. I'll speak to it because you probably can't read the numbers, but you can see we literally hit right off the top of that zone about 227,654, somewhere right in there. I mean, it's really close if it didn't hit it, but and you can see we do have one zone down here about 145 to 155, give or take, in either direction. That would be an astronomical loss for a lot of people, and I think it would literally wipe out every bit of leverage out there. And you can see that just so happens to be right around the 100-day moving average on the weekly view. Very important. To me, that would be, I mean, hell, I'd be cheering that on, to be honest, especially if it came before the ETFs. So that's where we are. Kind of, this is a key zone here, so we'll see if it can hold. Now, I did update this tonight, actually, and you're going to see we had this zone identified before. This is our first upper zone at roughly 312 to 327. So once we do hit the turn, I think that's where my system is kind of indicating, where we may be going based on liquidity. And then here's that upper zone, 348 to 380. I think it's just a start, but that's just my opinion, my interpretation of the system and the data points that are out there with leverage. Because once they start short squeezing, people start covering those trades, it's going to boom. That's what usually happens. And again, I want you to see this. Are we there yet? We are not. This is, again, at the top, standard deviation, mean reversion. What we're looking for is for this white line that's in these lower extremes. That's where we usually see weakness, but we need it to penetrate through those 2 zones up into these extremes. The orange line, which is actually interesting here, we want it to be penetrating up to the top of that green zone and the blue line approaching it. If we start seeing that, and that lines up with any kind of diamond or any kind of orange or red down here on these hot sensors, that's a firing point for me. That's how I usually do it. And that's what I'm looking for here. And when I see that, I will certainly bring that to everyone's attention. But that's the key there. And again, you can see over here, even on the weekly long-term viewpoint, hot sensor on the short term it's under the midline, but it's only gray. So I mean that's when I feel like, I mean, we literally could get that massive pump down, almost like this scam week we had that one week or that one day, which was back on October 10th. We might could see that one more time, and that would be brutal for a lot of people. And probably cause them to miss out on the biggest ROI opportunity of an entire generational lifetime, or maybe generations. If what a lot of people are saying plays out with XRP and the financial system and the cross-border payments and the tokenization, you go down the list of long things that XRP could be leveraged for: tokenization of the stock market, derivatives, whatever you want to bring out. If it's leveraged there, I mean, I think we're going to see things that you couldn't even possibly fathom. It's going to be unimaginable. But for now, that's just hope. It's hopium. But again, nothing I say is financial advice. I'm just a crazy guy on the internet with a system I built, and I bring it to everyone for free. So that is XRP, ladies and gentlemen. After that pump down yesterday or today, you can see we got a little bounce back today. A few are starting to now. But we'll see what this does. Again, it just isn't. My system tells me it's not quite ready yet. But I mean, not that I really care, because I'm holding it anyway. Even if it goes to 150, I will gladly find more money to put in there for myself. And if I make any trades, just like I did the other night, I will bring that to you. And I will look at Doge real quick because I did make the trade yesterday, and I did tell everyone go back and look at that video. It's literally I had this zone identified, but I did expand it yesterday down to 15 cents, and I was trying to delay that video just a little bit because it was hanging in there around 18 cents, and I was like, ugh, I want this to be in the 17s. So we looked at a couple different tokens, and finally it got into the 17s, and I said, man, I should wait because I think I could get it around 15 and a half, 16 and a half cents, and it literally, I did a short today, and it was literally like 0.168. So I mean, this is truly remarkable, guys. And again, look here on Dogecoin. Again, there's ETFs coming. If you do some research out there, and the data says roughly 60 billion of inflows expected, that could be truly remarkable. But you can literally see the price action literally in the zone here, and we are in the blue over here on the short term or on the daily midterm hot sensor. So again, nothing's really orange or red here, and we don't see any diamonds here. And again, look at the white line. It's in the extremes. We're still showing weakness. So, I mean, 15 cents would be beautiful. And so I'll wrap it up with this. Let's look at Doge over here real quick, just so everyone can see it. We'll look at the 3 different leverage zones here, and then we'll wrap it up. Oh my God, look at that. So crazy. Not much left down here. Just a little bit. That's on the 2-week. Let's look at the 1 month. Yeah, they took it all out right before the ETFs. This is really a shame. Oh, look at that. I mean, right here, here's your bottom at what? Yep, 0.149. Just like I said, 15 cents. So I mean, it's that's your extreme bottom there on the leverage. Not much down there, but they could take it out. They tried to. You can see the little wick down there. They tried to get it. They tried to get down there. I mean, God. I try to remain calm. I trade without any fear or greed. It's literally levels, folks. It's really, the market makers can see the leverage. Okay? That's why I don't touch it. I will never use leverage in my entire life. Not telling you not to. Do what you want to do. But they can see it, and prices tend to navigate where there's leverage. So whether that's up or down. So here's the upper side, though. That's nice, 27 cents. And we're only down here about 15, 16. So that's nice. Then on the 3-month for Doge, yeah, see, there's really nothing left. They took it all out. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. XRP and Doge, again, back-to-back ninths. As soon as those standard deviation lines and mean reversion data show me what I'm looking for, I will bring that to my community immediately. I will say this on Doge. Let me check XRP again too, make sure I didn't miss this. Yeah, we don't have a diamond anywhere on XRP yet. But on Doge we do. And I think that was there last night, I believe. Of course, this is the weekly, so this is a weekly candle. And we still got 5 days to go on this candle. So that's a level 2 diamond. Again, for those new, level 3 is the darkest diamond like you see here. That's our favorite indicator. This could very well turn into a level 3 based on what happens over the next 5 days. We're in that zone, and I would really hope that if it hits this bottom end of this zone at around 15, that turns into a level 3. That would be absolutely gorgeous. It just depends. Then all we would literally be waiting for is this white line to get up into these extremes. Likely, if we see a diamond, this is probably going to be orange or red, just like we always say. It's a fantastic stuff. If you like technical analysis on cryptos and stocks, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss any of these videos. We appreciate and love our community. We're growing pretty fast here. I don't really promote this thing a whole lot. Like I said, I'm doing this because I want to, not because I have to. And if you have any cryptos you want us to put in our monitored list that we don't ever talk about, all you got to do is comment, put those ticker symbols in there, and we will add that to the list. And as soon as it's on the list, the entire system gets applied to it. We can scan it at any time and go back as far as you want. So Until next time, be blessed. I think there's special things coming. We shall see. We love you. Have a good Monday night.